our first speaker tonight, his speech is 5 to 7 minutes. He's one of my favorite people here. And let's see, it's from the manual, Advanced Communication Series, speaking to Inform, Project 3, the demonstration speech. So the voice that you hear in your head, good talk in terms of the angel thing, is not the same as a voice everyone else hears. There are several factors that contribute to this difference, and Trent is going to explain those factors and show you some tools that you can use to hear your true voice. I really like how he sounds. In the advanced, okay, I told you that already. And so here's Trent Wood with Hear Your True Voice.
You might want to take her. She looks a little fragile. All right, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. How many of you hear a voice in your head every now and then? Come on, raise your hands. Don't be shy. That's great. We've got some really nice guys with white coats just waiting to talk to you. Seriously, it's great that everybody raised their hands because we all hear a voice in our head every time we speak. Of course, that voice isn't the same as everybody else hears. That can be a good thing, and that can be a bad thing. Do you all remember Stephen Q. Urkel? Didn't I do that? The voice in his head might have sounded a little bit more like Barry White. Did I do that? Okay, so maybe it doesn't sound like Barry White, and maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but hopefully it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about here. So why is it that the voice we hear in our head not the same as the voice everyone else hears? Well, in the February 2009 Toastmaster magazine, they tell us that there are 3 factors that cause this difference. Your first factor is the inner ear hears your inner voice. Now, I know probably everybody's done this where you've taken your fingertips, pushed them in your ears, and started humming so you don't hear something else. That sound that you hear is your inner voice. And it's pretty loud, isn't it? Yes, it's pretty loud.
Yes.
Well, what's happening is your voice is originating here in the middle of your neck, where your vocal cords, and as it's working its way out, it gets louder and louder. And it resonates in the cavities of your head. Your inner ear is very close to all of this action, and it is dramatically affected by your inner voice. And only you can hear your inner voice. No one else can hear it. Our second factor is our outer ear hears our distorted outer voice. Now, our ears are designed to grab and pull sound in. And that's done easily, and the sound is a lot clearer when we're facing the person or thing that's making the sound. For example, if I just speak to this side of the room, these people can hear my voice very well. No straining or anything like that. But this side hears a little bit distortion in my voice. And our heads do the same thing. Our voice is going this way, yet our ears are back here. So what we're hearing is our voice after it bounces off the walls, the tables, people's heads. It gets a little distorted. Not a good thing. Now, the third factor that affects this is actually a combination of the first and the second factor. You have your inner voice, which is vibrating your inner ear. You have that distorted outer voice, which is vibrating your outer ear. Basically, your whole ear mechanism is vibrating, along with the rest of your head. Have you ever felt your head when you said something? It vibrates like crazy. Yours is probably vibrating and not even saying anything.
I can feel it right.
So this brings us to our next question. How in the world do we hear our true voice? Well, we use tools. And tonight I'm going to talk about 3 tools in this room that we can use. The first tool is the video camera and microphone. Everybody who speaks in here gets a DVD of their speech. And it's a good way to hear your true voice. It's not the best way though, because the microphone on that thing is way over there. And what it's catching is the same as the outer ear. My voice is having to bounce around to get to that microphone. It gives you a good idea though of what your voice sounds like. The second tool that you can use is a digital voice recorder and a microphone. Of course, the microphone is optional. It just keeps me from having to hold it up to my face like this. This is a very good way to hear your true voice, although it can be expensive. This model is a middle range model, and the price for this and the microphone cost me around $50. If you want to go to a higher grade model, it's going to cost you a little bit more money. But this does a pretty decent job of catching your voice and duplicating it.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This is what my true voice sounds like through this microphone and recorder.
Of course, I have it turned down because it has this little bitty speaker in the back. If you turn it way up, it starts buzzing. So that's the only problem besides expense with this one. Now this little tool,
Plumbing.
I call my telephone. This, in my opinion, is the best tool and the least expensive tool. It's made out of PVC pipe that you get exclusively from Home Depot, because my wife works there and we all need to support my wife. It cost about $20 and took me about a half an hour to put together, and it does a great job of showing me what my true voice sounds like. I can listen to myself and I can adjust my voice on the fly without having to play back anything, re-record anything. It's instantaneous and it works really great. The only drawback to this one though is the plastic conducts sound so well that if you scream in it or you speak really loudly, you can damage your hearing. Now the fix for this is don't scream in it. So now you have some understanding why the voice in your head doesn't match the voice that everyone else hears. And I've shown you some tools that you can use to listen to your true voice and even experiment with it. You can even change it if you wish. All it'll take is a little bit of patience, practice, and time. And it could pay off big in your speaking future. Madam Toastmaster.